welcome to the Caribbean Examinations Council press conference following the decision of Council for Human and Social Development granting approval on Friday, May 8, 2020 for the administration of CXC's regional examinations in July 2020, with results being made available by the first week in September 2020. The modified strategy is to yield valid grades, assess critical competencies, and minimize the disruption to the education system during these unprecedented times. Will preserve the integrity of the examinations. The modified examinations approach is as follows: the administration of at least one common paper, and in this case, the multiple choice assessment. And I just want to point out that for a public examination body such as the Caribbean Examinations Council, administering assessment across countries, it is imperative that a common paper be administered. And in situations where we are facilitating the assessment comparison across years, it is important that we have a common paper structure for the examination. Secondly, it involves the school-based assessment, paper 3.2, which is the alternative paper to the SBA for private candidates. And in this case, we will have an expanded moderation exercise that will see the moderation process being extended to all center across all subjects. Having these two pieces of information, the award of final grades will be based on the moderated SBA and the multiple choice papers. During our grading process, CXC's quality assurance process will apply the appropriate weighting to ensure that candidates are treated fairly and in an unbiased manner. Exemptions to the aforementioned process, where candidates will be required to complete additional components, are as follows. For modern languages, Spanish, French, and Portuguese, human and social biology, visual arts will have additional components requirements as follows. 1. For CXC, French, Portuguese, and Spanish, students are expected to write paper 1, paper 2, and paper 3, which are the oral examinations. For CXC, human and social biology, candidates will be required to write paper 1 and paper 2. For CXC, visual arts, students are expected to submit their SBA and reflective journals. For CAPE, French, and Spanish, students are expected to write paper 1, paper 2, and paper 3. And of course, school candidates submitting their SBAs. For private candidates, they are expected to write paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, as well as paper 4.2 for private candidates. Those are the exemptions, or the exceptions rather, to the modified approach, where candidates will be expected to write additional components. In the process of administering these examinations, the e-testing modality will be employed. However, it will be applicable to those institutions or territories that are equipped to facilitate e-testing. In other words, they do have the infrastructure in place for e-testing to be administered. However, in territories where the infrastructure challenges are insurmountable, it is expected that those candidates will write the paper-based modality. In respect of health and safety, I want to point out that it is the #1 priority of the Examinations Council to ensure the safety and well-being of stakeholders during these unprecedented times. All examination centers and invigilators will follow the guidelines of national health protocols as it relates to social distancing, the wearing of masks, and sanitization. Rest assured that as the management and staff of the council continue to monitor the emerging situation, our first priority is health and well-being of all our stakeholders. We continue to work closely with our local registrars to ensure all the required systems are in place on the ground, and wherever there are challenges, we continue to overcome such with the required response to ensure that the solution does not disadvantage any stakeholder.